I am super excited about joining and having this gentleman join me today to have a good conversation. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing and welcoming Dr. Sajjad Mohsin.
Yeah.
Dr. Mohsin is a professor at the Austin Community College located in Austin, Texas. And he is a professor and has an extensive background in technology, emerging technologies especially. And so before we really jump in, I'd love for you to introduce yourself, tell the folks, exactly how long you've been there, some of the things that you're teaching and what you're involved in.
Yeah. So hi, my name is Sajjad Mohsin. I am with ACC since 2016. I am a professor there teaching programming courses, but as Austin Community College has moved from the associate degree program to give bachelor's degree, so we have in computer sciences computer programming degree in bachelor's, and then we have what we call cybersecurity degree. So we are giving two bachelor's degree in Austin Community College in computer science and IT, and so there I am doing what my expertise was. My master's and PhD was in artificial intelligence and neural networks. So I am teaching machine learning, two courses, advanced and basic level. So we prepare our students to have machine learning as the expertise in their field. So this is what we are doing. It's a community college. We are serving the community. It's really great opportunity that we have. There are very interesting projects. We are geared towards increasing strength of our students, empower them to do lots of things. We have several programs, several what we call in finance. In terms of technology, we have programs that caters for all the digital divisions that happens right now. We are trying to cater all of those in our Austin Community College. So I can keep on going on and on about Austin Community
Seems
College.
like ACC has a lot going on right now.
Yeah, it's really it's interesting, and the way we are now jumping into using joy in the class. So we want to introduce whatever means that students would be happy in the class coming into the class.
That's great. That's great. Now, Dr. Mohsin, how long have you been at ACC?
It's been almost more than 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
Close to 9 years now.
Great.
I have migrated in 2015 and joined ACC in 2016. So it's like that simple.
Yeah.
I'm really loving it.
That's awesome. And so while you've been there, have you also seen ACC or yourself representing ACC building partnerships in the community or nationally? How's anything going on?
For nationally, we have the distinction of having Army Future Generation Command getting studied in ACC. So they are a campus is dedicated to them. They are doing their work, and they are really Army wants to apply all the new technology and cybersecurity and AI into their field. So we are the teachers. So this is really something which is good in terms of dealing for the nationally at the national level, and also for the local levels. We have lots of opportunities for the students. There are lots of finances thing. We are even catering the students, the mother and the father students. We have a childcare facility, so students and teachers can drop their child so they can study simply. We are offering hybrid in-person class and high flex, where they could be in person and they could be outside, so on the net. So we are offering all means of classes that students can have, and our bachelor classes in computer science are all evening based, so the students can have the time. So at the evening we are teaching them. So we are actually facilitating the students every which way we can. And lately a very new project is there that we are offering free tuitions for associate degrees.
Wait, free tuition?
Free tuitions, yes.
Wow. Okay, you heard that here. Free tuition.
Yeah. And also, like, tuition free for the parents, the teachers who are parents. My kids have already studied from
Oh, wow.
ACC and they are transferred now, but this is the #1 transfer college as well.
Oh, that's great.
So also,
That's great.
you name it, we have
Gosh,
transferred.
ACC has really invested, it sounds like,
Yes, a
in the
lot.
way you're approaching education,
Yes, a
recruiting,
lot.
you know, and providing a hybrid, in-class, fully remote environment for students of all ages,
Yeah.
from all kinds of backgrounds, in all different countries, right?
Yeah,
To
we have
participate.
international students coming
Yes.
from many countries, and like I jokingly said, my student range from 17 to 71. So 17 to 71.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I fit somewhere in there. Okay, so maybe
yeah.
I'll take a class over ACC.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, again, we're at Educause 2024 right here in San Antonio, and Educause has really done a great job of focusing on 3 institutional resiliency dimensions. And they've been talking and promoting mission, operational, and financial resiliency. And so they've listed out a top 10. Maybe we can flash that on the screen right now, but that's a great way for them to describe how technology, data, and the workforce is going to play a role in advancing these dimensions, right? And so diving sort of into the questions in our conversation a little bit, if I may, you know, education it's a challenge, right?
Yes,
it's a challenge. And so driving better decisions as administrators, as professors, you know, and doing that through data and data quality and governance, right? How have you seen that taking place at ACC through data quality and governance?
So, like in terms of data governance, as mentioned, that there are like separate department who look after the data. They care for the data, secure it, and then based on the data, like free tuition that we talked about, is based on the data, because like more than 70 to 80% of our students said that even our tuition fees, which is already very less, it's hard for them to do the job and focus on studies. So when we saw that this data is coming and this is really causing students what we call their resilience to go for the studies, and they should stay in the studies, so that makes us come to this decision that let's try tuition free and see how the data is that, and then obviously we'll be monitoring that as well, and based on that we might take other decisions. So the team of chancellors and the vice chancellor under him and all the staff, they are making those decisions, and the way they have actually embodied us in having town halls. Chancellors regularly have town halls, so anyone and everyone can speak, talk to him.
Oh, that's great.
So they are gathering all that data of the faculty, of the staff, from the students. So all these things combined is converging Austin community to grow in a direction where we want to be a very like #1 college in America or in the world as well. So we are focusing on that.
Oh, that's
and
great.
all the governance is being done. We are teaching cybersecurity, so we have to be on the edge, cutting edge to secure our data as well.
Yeah.
Just to let you know how we are in such a climate. Once I was in Pakistan and I was accessing my emails and things like that. So the network administrator, he then blocked me. Then I have to privately email, I am in Pakistan, this is no hacking going on, I am just connecting. And he said, you should have told me. So this kind of thing, I was really amazed with the way he's looking that IP from Pakistan is checking this long. So it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So he just blocked me. So it's like, this is what I have seen in my 9 or close to 9 years in ACC.
Well, you know, it's a challenge, a leadership challenge, a technical challenge. You know, when you build these programs that require a mature approach to identify, secure, you know, the access and data governance, I imagine ensures that accuracy that you guys can actually make good decisions from. And so That's, as far as that goes in data governance, how important is that to you above and beyond everything else?
It's like, the point is, like, for me in my field, we see a guy go garbage in, garbage out. So if the data is garbage, you would not make any decision. So cleaning the data, having it proper is the most important task. In machine learning, data engineering is where we are focused a lot. So the
Right.
data should be much more clean even for machine learning. If data is not clean, you cannot make a good AI or generative AI model. So you need to focus on the data, and that's again where we have all the things, all the what we call rules and regulations put into us.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, every year, even we, the teachers, have to take security classes once again. Pass that on, only then we can access our own
Right,
data. So it's
right.
like, it's that simple.
Part of the governance program.
Part of the governance program.
Yes.
Like, you should be ready. See how the social engineering being done right now for attacks are coming. So we are constantly upgrading ourselves as well. So for us, we have to get the
Self-governance.
Self-governance. See, in data, the problem is the number one enemy is the human. Because if you lack something, then obviously, if you
Yeah.
don't know what's going on currently,
Yeah.
then you might be what we call a suspect in the social engineering, and they can, from someone like me, they can enter into the institution.
Yeah.
Outside you can govern, but human training is must within the social. So
No, I
that's
think-
what we have done.
I think that's paramount. I think that's a great point to make. And so what I heard you say is ACC has an established program, guidelines that are governing the way you guys are managing and utilizing data.
Yes,
right?
definitely. Sure.
Okay, great. And then securing and classifying that, do you guys actually classify data as well? Is that something part of the process, the program?
Yeah, it's like, it's classified. Everything is classified. Even like student. If we talk about, because our perspective is more towards the student, so even students' data is totally classified. We do support, again in supporting, we have a mental support counselors available. Nobody knows who is going, who is coming. So and the results are secured. So even when we have to take the video, when we are teaching online, and when we are talking to them, all the videos, it's written in the syllabus, in everywhere, that these videos are private, not to be shown anywhere. And we are very particular about that. So it's like everything that we do, we want to have those laws, all these laws
Yeah.
that comes with this. You have the FEPRA laws, the
Yep.
all those are implemented and embedded in our system.
The more folks I talk to, the more professionals in the industry, especially in higher education, that I talk to about data, or more importantly, we start talking about emerging technologies, right? The shiny things,
Yes.
right? Generative AI is one of them. But to your point, those emerging technologies can't actually be maximized and utilized in its best way if the data isn't clean, isn't governed. If maybe your institution doesn't have an ethics statement about generative AI, about data governance, right? So any thoughts around that?
We have pure ethics committees, and we have all the guidelines, even with what teacher can use in generative AI, what student can use, what we
Okay.
cannot use. So we have those guidelines available to us, and we follow. Over and above, we have lectures going on, training, teachers training, staff training is going on constantly. Then we have, like, I am part of the faculty development team, so we also guide what needs to be done. So for next year, we are planning what should be done, how many times we have to do this, what are the good times, good days in the week. So at that minute level, we have discussions. We have very open discussion. If someone doesn't like it, it's quite open. And again, over and above town halls, Chancellor Russell always get the town hall, so get the message directly. So
Yeah.
he can bypass all the red tapeism if there would be, which is not there already, but even getting the direct knowledge. And we have constantly meetings, task force meeting at department level, where we discuss which book, why it is needed. So everything is done
Yeah.
on the open stage, and everyone is involved.
So transparency is
it's
important.
very, very
Very important. And then what also I heard from you is not just transparency, but also inclusion.
yes. Everyone is included.
That's great. That's
Yes,
great. You know, some of the best ideas come from people you don't actually talk to every day, or maybe it's not in that same title or role, you know, managing that, but also part of it.
Like we have a great teacher seminar where we combine all the teachers from all the departments, and we discuss. So listening from, for me, listening from social science scientist, biology, maths teacher, it's like a eye opener for me. I've been teaching a long time now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
listening to the peers, what problems they are and how they are teaching, I've learned so many good things. And then obviously there was lots of talk about generative AI
Right.
and chat GPT. So I have to tell them how they should. What we are trying to tell our teachers and our students, to embrace the technology that is coming. It's not running away. It's not going away. We have to embrace it, and then we have to use it for our advantage. If we don't use it at our advantage, then we are wasting the technology.
Yeah.
So I always tell them that don't fight with the technology. See, and now we might have to adopt new techniques, or we might have to go to pen pencil again. So whatever old technology we have to do, in my machine learning course, I am having the presentation. They have to present their model, that what they have done. And like I would ask, oh, can you tell me about this code? I seems to not understand what you have done. And obviously then they have to tell what this code is doing. So
Right.
see, you have to come up with your own ideas where you can embrace the technology as well as use it to your advantage
I love that.
instead of fighting it.
No, I love that approach. I love that approach. That's great. That's great. Okay, so let's zoom out. You know, actually, let's rewind the tape.
Yeah.
Let's think about right after the pandemic, post-pandemic. Since then, you know, a lot of talk in the news and reporting on the national enrollment concerns and crisis, they're calling this, you know, as far as enrollment goes. How important and what are some of the strategies that ACC is using to mitigate that crisis of enrollment or address some of the concerns for enrollment?
Like the way we are dealing with it in ACC, we have even parents get involved into the when they have a separate meeting, and while the aspiring students are coming, so we are going into the schools and talking to them. We have early college system, and we have the dual credit system with the students. So at the high school, the students are already involved in ACC, so they know about ACC. They get, and when the parents are involved, we have a very good opportunity. Now, ACC has campuses all over Austin, in the south, in the north, in the east. So you have, and even as far as San Marcos. So we have San
Okay.
Marcos, Elgin. So outskirt, we are
Right.
catering that, and involving the parents. Actually, it's eye-opener for them when they realize how many scholarships are there. We, being the teacher, need to tell even our own students that, you know, even my son, I have to tell that there are so many scholarships, apply for it.
Right.
We have a student monetary fund that is looking at it, and we have a department, and best thing I wish it in our time we would have that. We have a student management, the finance management system as well. So
Oh.
how to manage their classes, what to save, how to do it. So
Oh,
they are
wow.
managing that as well. So we are guiding our student. Then for the technology gap, the digital drive that we call it, or digital divide, sorry, we call it. So we have accelerator programs where they can access computers, hi-fi computers anytime. All the campuses, we have computer labs. Students can jump in and use that. So there, a library also have lots of services. And then we have learning system as well, so learning lab. So there are like many labs. Then we have tutors available, we have advisors available for the students, and for computer science we have computer science tutor above that. So we
Wow.
are like providing, so any, and then as a teacher I have to have my meeting times with the student, so I guide them. If I see that there is a problem, I would use a program called Inspire, let the people know that this student is struggling, talk to him, this
Okay.
is the problem. Then they would talk and they would come back, and then they all be watching. So we have all this system built upon the things that we can retain our students.
So it sounds like the ACC staff, to include yourself, you're really putting yourself on the same journey with the students.
Yes.
Right? And you're making it more family friendly,
Yes.
streamlining processes, providing services, support services.
Definitely.
I was reading on your website, mental health services, tutoring you mentioned, and then some of that free tuition you talked about too, right? So,
Yeah.
so ACC is being very progressive,
Yes.
and very aggressive
Yes.
in how they are walking the student in and walking with that student through their journey of education.
Yes. And even in the department, going for new degrees, coming with new plans, so that now being AI being in the forefront, we want to have AI degree to be offered. So see, we are dealing with it, and we have a very exhaustive decision before we come to conclusions. So it's like
Yeah.
all the things are managed. As mentioned, the openness, the transparency is already there,
Right.
so you can talk about it and discuss. So it's like we are dealing in with whatever way to retain our students. So that's what
Yeah.
are, and not only retain, to make them graduate. So
Yes.
like in classes, what my philosophy is that my students, even if they have to develop a chat bot like ChatGPT, they should have a feeling, yes, they can. So that yes is very important. Yes, joy, and joyfully they can do it.
Yeah.
So that's where, so any idea they bring, we would welcome that. And
Yes.
then,
It goes back to the inclusion.
yes,
The inclusion, even at the student
the
level.
student level, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And-
So ACC is meeting students where they are,
Yeah.
right? And so let's talk about providing those universal access methodologies to the institutional services, right? And so specifically, what methods to gather feedback from students about their needs, their preferences, what they really like, what they really want. Thoughts on that from ACC's
Yeah,
perspective?
so see, first of all, like we have a student system, LMS system that is there, and in that LMS system, student can, first of all, they can, all the chairs are in, not only chair, even the chancellor is 24/7 available to the student, so they can write directly to them if anything. But they can actually create if they had a problem, they had anything, they can create a ticket where they can register their problems to the things. And then we have dean who looks after the student affairs, not the educational dean,
Yeah.
separate dean who
Yes.
is looking at that, and then they would mitigate with the department and the students to come up to some conclusion. We have the SAS, we call it accommodation, so we take care of all kinds of students. I have taught visually impaired students, hearing impairment, talking impairment. They have other issues, mental issues. So I have teach them. So it's like we are including all of them, so they can actually report anything, even sexual harassment. All these things are embedded in our system, where we are including over and above all. Every semester after the class, they would rate each teacher as well. So we have a student
Survey.
feedback
Okay, feedbacks.
total feedback, and then if majority of the student has same, so teacher has to reply to that feedback,
Oh, wow.
to the chair and to the dean, why that has happened. So it's like these kinds of, and it's like 360. So it's just, it's for us, for me also, it's learning of every semester I learn, oh, I have to change this, I have to deal with this
Oh, that's
differently. And then, like, I myself is a non-native speaker, so I always teach when we have talked with the teachers in the task force. I always say that you have to cater, because just to give you an example, the first time when I was driving in America, it says exit on the next line.
Right.
From next exit. So for me, coming from the British system, next means knocks. And when I didn't exit this system, this exit, I said, I'm rerouting. I said, oh, next means this. So I'm like, okay. So see,
Yeah.
just a simple word can be totally different for
Right.
a non-native. So we have to adopt to that as well
Yeah.
while teaching. And this is where we are learning. We have these separate summer for teachers,
Right.
where we learn these things in the separate groups that we have.
So the feedback, the surveys, the focus groups from the student level, that all of that data, and then the data analytics
Would come in.
allows you to action those things, and for the student, for the teachers, the professors,
Yes,
you
it's-
have an opportunity then to stretch and grow,
Yeah.
and really meet the student where they're at.
So it's like if nothing is written in the syllabus, they would point out. So when the graphs come, we know, oh, there we have to work. So we always, every semester, we need to learn that we have to grow along with it, and have, again, as a teacher, I would like to have excellent
Yeah.
feedback.
Yes.
And if I'm lacking somewhere, I need to improve myself. So I can say, in my 9 years, where I have started from and where I have reached, it's always journey towards learning.
That's great. That's great. So 9 years ago, when you first started, right? What was the tech? What has some of the technology advancements, mobile apps, access? What are the things that ACC has really implemented over the 9 years you've seen that's really allowed students to access these institutional services?
So see, even if I look at only one application, LMS application that we are looking, so we are using Blackboard, a simple Blackboard app. It's a very good LMS system. But then when Blackboard Collaborate came, we are moving towards Blackboard Collaborate. Then now Blackboard Ultra is coming with AI and everything. We are moving to AI. So it's like every few years we are, even in LMS, we are jumping. So we are again looking for some opportunities where there would be something good for our institutions, which we can use. And just to let you know that even for that, Microsoft is free for students, and Office is free for student, staff, and faculty.
You know, you have a trend of free going on at
Yeah,
ACC.
it's like a free, it's like
There's
free.
a trend.
So it's a trend.
Yes.
So it's like just to provide them. See,
Yes.
if we don't give them this small things, they would be having problems. And
Right.
then obviously, then we have you can get laptops, you can get a microphone, speakers, you
Oh,
can
that's
get
great.
printers. So you get
Yeah.
everything
And
that
these
you
are,
need.
these are some of the things students need. They
Yes.
don't have access to sometimes, right?
In COVID, what we have learned, it was really heartbreaking to see. I never thought in Austin we have this digital divide, because some of my students say that they have to come from their home, and we have free access in all the campuses. So they were parked in the parking lot using the internet from there, because they didn't have internet
Oh, at home.
at home. So I was
Wow.
really surprised to see this much. I thought third world country might be having, but
Yeah.
realizing here that this divide is there. So we need to approach that. If we are not approaching them, we are not getting those students.
Well, I mean, I love the fact that you guys are are considering and supporting, underrepresented, marginalized sometimes
Yes.
students that want the education just as much as anybody else.
Yes, obviously.
Anybody else.
And I tell you, those students, when they come in the class, they have thirst for learning. They have thirst for learning. And they do so good once they are just mentored properly.
They just need the access.
That's the access and mentoring.
Yeah.
A little human touch in the teachers and the staff.
Yeah.
That would take them long way.
Yeah, and that goes back to, the staff being on the journey with that student, right? And so
Yes.
it sounds like ACC has a special environment culture there.
Yeah, it's like, that's why for me, coming from a university, I never thought of going anywhere else. It's like for me
Oh, that's great.
and my wife both teach at ASCC, so for us, that's like a place. Because serving community helps you so much that even for my own community, when I tell them these things, now previously they were away from ACC, now more and more students are coming in and they are realizing, and then they are telling others that it's really good. So again, that's kind of inspiration that we had.
Well, it's not just the students, like you mentioned. It's also the faculty.
Yeah.
Why have you been there 9 years and not 2 years? Why do you continue to represent and to advocate for what's going on at ACC? Because of the culture. And more importantly, I know we made a few jokes about being free, but quite honestly, we all know nothing is actually free. It all takes investment, right? And it's either actual investment, or it's a partnership, or it's something else that takes time to build and takes time to invest in. And so the students feel that at ACC, which is really special, and the faculty.
Yeah, it's like, see, I always say, if you are getting something free, someone else is paying for it.
Right.
That's the point.
truth.
That's true. So
Yes.
it's like, so yes, we have partnership, we have those things like Microsoft is generously having these things with us. So it's like we are paying in general, in total. The thing is that we want our students to grow, to reach there. So ACC has the slogan ACC for everyone. So we want to have it for everyone. If
That's
everyone is not inclusive, we are losing those students. Why should we?
Right.
They could be something great you don't know. So give them the chance to come, study, graduate, not just study and fail, to help them to pass. So give them all the opportunity with tutors, with labs, with all these facility, so they can grow. Then we have clubs that they are working in the clubs. Computer Science Club, Machine Learning Club is also coming. So it's like, so we have these kinds of things that allows the students to mingle together and talk with each other as well. So that's again good for them.
No, I think that's wonderful. As a father of college-age students and high school students, listening to what ACC is investing in, and listening to how ACC is, including folks, being transparent, working hard to provide the access, provide the mentorship. It sounds like, the Austin Community College is a great place to be.
Yeah, it's like, I can tell you from my experience, like my son have studied from ACC. He had the counselor at ACC and at UT Austin, and I was like worried because he wants to go into biomedical engineering. Biomedical engineering is a very competitive field.
Yes.
So, but with these counselors getting the right courses, getting what he is doing, and then when he applied with the references the teachers have given, he was there in biomedical engineering. I was like, whoa, hold on, how could you go there?
Yes.
So it's like just those things, that it's just how the staff and all the counselors working together, they say, oh, don't take this course, this is not transferable, use this course. So see, at the code level, the point is that this is available for the students. Student has, and then we also have started pre-college. So before fall, they go to advisor just to understand what ACC is all about. So and we had a meeting one time with those, and I said, you should be the people who should be having students understand ACC, and then obviously embracing ACC, then they can grow at any level they want.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. In closing, I want to ask you, not been part of the top 10, but get your opinion. We're right here at Educause 2024. We're on the expo floor. There are hundreds of great vendors and partners here, supporting Educause and sponsoring. When you think about building partnerships with anyone, right? What are the things that ACC is looking for in a good, trustworthy, partner to help enable what you guys are doing?
Like for me, if I look at my level, so see how I want Rackspace to have partnership with us, so that in future later on we can have internship available for them, so they can actually do their coursework but at the same time do a practical work in the industry. They would be good in so my machine learning student would be able to get that experience while studying, and for you a force is ready out
Right.
of which you could select which would be part of your force or which you could go to your partners in future. So see how this would guide them to learn proper thing and also guide us what to teach, because what industry is expecting we should be teaching that rather than we teach what we think we should teach. So we should be guided by the industry. We have that partnership in the ACC. Similarly, with all these cloud companies, they should have something for the students, realizing not the in university but at community college we want something for the students to be free. So for me, my students, when they do apply the machine learning code on their system, some of like they crash several times, they do these things, then we have to tell that go to accelerator, work over there, or use Google Colab. Now these free are very limited. If we have partnership with AWS, with Google, with Microsoft, and they allow us something for if they want to charge a very nominal, otherwise as ACC goes always goes for free first.
Right.
So yeah, so this would guide us and this would help our student. So if they can access, let's suppose Rackspace, whatever they are offering, so they can use their technology and at home and develop their models. It would be good for both of us. So it should be,
Yeah.
so whatever we are looking, for me, I would say I would like to see the win-win situation. It should not be my win or it should not be your win. It should be
Right.
a win-win situation for you, for me, for students,
Yeah.
for ACC, and then for community in general.
No, I love that. I love that. It's about, we all have responsibilities, but if you can focus on the critical mission, if you can focus on the benefit to the end user, in this case, a lot of times it's the student here, because the faculty also benefits, right? But in understanding how to partner in that way, but yet listening to your critical mission, understanding where you guys are trying to go, and then being on that journey. Like, for example, you with the student, vendor partners with ACC on the journey on a two-way street like that.
So it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
That's where it's eventually beneficial for all of us. Once the student come out, get a good job,
Right.
would obviously improve the community, improve the economy. It's like it's a rolling effect or a
Yes.
domino effect.
You're right.
That we start with a single step, but we don't know how far it can reach. So
Yeah.
it's like just those things would be good enough that we can actually think of a better future for our society in general.
Yeah. It's about the community investment.
Community investment.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, Dr. Mohsin, thank you so much for joining us today, right? And really sharing your thoughts and some of your successes and the things that ACC is really involved in, right? I think it's a special place. It sounds amazing,
Yeah, it
right?
is.
And
It
so on behalf of our team, I do want to, I don't know if you've known this, or seen this at Educause, but this ticket, this is a hot ticket, right? And if you have this ticket, you get to get one of these shirts
Okay.
that everybody wants here at Educause,
Wow.
right? It's the Educause, the Rackspace Educause 2024.
Wow.
And so, just a small token of our gratefulness and for you to come and spend some time with us. So I'll give that to you here. I wanted to thank you for everything and
Thank you
appreciate
for-
your time.
Thank you for having me and at least listening to us.
Oh, this is wonderful.
And eventually we might see some good collaboration in future.
We would love to. That's our specialty, collaborate and figure out how we solve together.
sure.
So all right, so from Educause 2024, I'm Jeff Martinez, Dr. Mohsin from Austin Community College. Thank you.
Thank you.